So I am going to work on organizing my sewing space. It is prom season and I don't want to work in my tiny ass closet. So I'm gonna turn my bedroom into my studio, but it's not gonna be anything special. I'm just gonna bring all my sewing supplies out here so I can work in a free space. Yay! Yep. This is the space that I'm working with right in front of one of the closets. There's two closets. I'm just gonna work in front of one of them. My closet is very messy and I don't really want to show it, so I'm not. But yeah.
All right, let's get this party started.
Hi guys. So I have been sitting here overthinking this entire voiceover for literally like the past couple 20 minutes. And I'm like, that's probably why I never got around to making my first YouTube video or making any kind of content and posting it online, because I'm always in my head. But with that being said, welcome everyone to my very first video. I'm excited, but I'm also like very nervous because I'm only doing this to kind of like continue to put myself out there in some kind of way. And so I think this is a great start. This is a really good starting point. But
a few moments later,
throughout this entire video, I'm literally just setting up my entire space and I have it on speed. It's like 3 times speed and it relatively gets faster as the video continues to go along. But I'm just setting up my stuff in this very small corner in the corner of my room, and I am simply just happy to be able to exist in a space to where I can still explore my creativity. I'm getting the space together because I'm going to start working on prom dresses for prom season. I have 3 commissions to work on, and I love prom season. It's so exciting. I'm still learning. I started making prom dresses like 2 years ago when I was like an undergrad, and my first prom dress, whew, let's just say
5 minutes later,
it was a learning curve. It was a learning experience. And I can understand why people are like, girl, no, I don't sew prom dresses. I understand. But yeah, I just moved to Georgia about a month ago and I'm still transitioning, still settling in. This space is temporary though, because I'm only here for a few months before I move again. I am going to be headed off to grad school. And I don't want to disclose where that's going to be at because I'm going to discuss the details in like another video. But just know I have something planned and I'm so excited. It's going to be so cool. It's going to be so great. And a part of the reason why I'm starting to like record my, I guess you could say, journey as a fashion designer and as a creator in general, because I want to be able to look back and tell a story and be able to like kind of share that with the world and share that of course with like other people and my family, be able to like show myself even how far I've come. I got into sewing at a very young age, around the age of 13, when I was still figuring out myself as a young
3 days later,
young teenager and as a young lad, is understanding what my interests were. And one of my main interests was basically having the understanding of how things operate and how things work. And so I think that's why I double majored in supply chain management and fashion merchandising and design, because it kind of provides the pathway and avenue to have an understanding of the dynamics of everything and how everything is engineered basically and the structure of everything. And so that's always a pleasure. And sewing has always been like a creative outlet for me to be able to tell stories, express myself, and even connect with other people. I love being able to kind of build those relationships with other people. And I'm trying to work on making those relationships last and stick, because I hate like getting to know someone and then boom, like we don't really network and conversate as much. But yeah, this channel is basically going to just follow that journey of mine where I'm working on different projects, ideas, kind of getting like behind the scenes of me continuing to build my fashion brand and honestly just living my life, honestly, whatever that entails for the future. But yeah, and I mainly got into fashion at a young age from when I was always going like secondhand shopping with my mom. We would always go to thrift stores, flea markets. We were always selling at flea markets, still selling at like thrift stores and things of that nature.
One eternity later.
This dress form right here. So yeah, as you can see, my dress form does not stay up and it's stand for some reason. And I looked at the price of just the stand itself and it's like $600. And so no, I can't. I can't afford that. It's not in the budget. Absolutely not. Not anytime soon. No. And so what I have to do is basically I have to rig it up. Each and every single time I hang her up, I have to rig it up. In this video, as it progresses, you're gonna see me literally have to rig it up. And so what I have to do is I typically take some muslin fabric, a square piece of muslin fabric, and I stick it in the hole and then I screw it in. But sometimes that doesn't work, and so here I'm just taking a piece of knit fabric, plain scrap knit fabric that I use for my prototypes, and I'm using that instead. And I think the reason that it works is because it's a little heavier in weight. And so yeah, but I cannot wait to get new dress forms. Like this one I got on Facebook Market for $300, like my senior year in undergrad, which was a really good score in my opinion. And so hopefully I get to continue to use her. But I am pretty much finished with setting up my entire space. See, she didn't put it on this time. Yeah, I'm pretty much finished, and I'm just really excited to get this process started.
Finally!
Not really much.
So this is my final setup. It's going to change relatively, especially as I continue working on garments. It's going to relatively change. Things are going to be out of place because I feel like in a natural sewing space, things are always going to be in place. Out of place, honey. Things are always going to be out of place. And that's okay because in the end, you're able to make dope ass garments. So who cares what your sewing space looks like? Exactly. Or at least that's what I tell myself. Hopefully she stays up. She's not the most stable, but I added some stability. These are storage cases, containers for my beads, and I think it'll work. She's sturdy. As long as I don't continue to bump into her, I think it'll be okay. This one, I got this one from like, what was it? Like a raffle when I was in undergrad from university. And I went to the #1 illustrious HBCU in the world. Just in case you didn't know, AKA NCAT, aka North Carolina Agriculture and Technical State University, Aggie Pride. She's missing a wheel. So sometimes she just tends to kind of, you know, tip over. Doop, doop, doop. But when you have a perfectly great condition, you know what I mean? Kind of sturdy, pretty dependable dress form, why get another one? That's a waste of money that I don't have. So yeah, I won't be doing that anytime soon. All right, I'm gonna get started for prom season now that I officially have my space set up, because like I said, I was in that tiny ass closet that I don't really want to share because it's a little unorganized. Now I really let people all up in my business like that. No, thank you. But yeah, I will see you guys soon, I guess, in the next video.